Like, there is not just one way of doing shit, guys. A real specialist in anything has many different ways of doing one fucking thing. It's time. But instead of coming from here, now I'm coming like this. And then I'll go like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like that. Watch. Spinning axe kick. Yes. Okay, whether it's a hook kick or just straight up wheel kick. Once you connect, and you might want to come closer, baby. Look at my hip. This is what many people do wrong, okay? Once the heel hits, this is how you get power. Straight like a bat, okay? Your knee doesn't bend that way. It's very likely that you'll get a knee injury or that your knee will pop the opposite way. So instead of this, you'll get the opposite. Your leg will do this. It'll go the other way. I've seen that happen many times. And then snap it. Sky Cow Keanu Reeves, one of my subscribers, you know, good kid, has his channel too. Make sure you check him out. I'll link one of his videos in the description below. He motivated me to make this video for you guys because there's many misconceptions, in my opinion, about the wheel kick and the spinning kick. I consider myself a spinning kick or a wheel kick specialist. I'll tell you guys why. Because the very first martial arts move I ever started training in my life was the spinning kick. Actually, the jump spinning kick, the Van Damme kick, the 360 split kick. That's the first kick I ever started doing. So, like doing on my own, I mean, you know, like just doing it and doing it repeatedly. So I don't know how many times I've done that kick. If I've done it close to 1,000,000 times, I wouldn't be surprised. So, can you come closer a little bit? So if I've done it more than 1,000,000 times, I wouldn't be surprised. So that said, I've done it in many different ways, you know. So there's like this misconception that like, which is better, the spinning heel kick where you snap, or the wheel kick where you keep your legs straight. Now, the truth is, in my opinion, the real truth, and it's not black and white, it's gray, guys, but the truth is, it varies. Depends on the person. Some people can pull off one better than the other, and at the end of the day, whoever uses it more effectively fighting, that's really what matters. Unless you're into movies or showing off, then you gotta worry about making it look good. But the point here is, if you have a person and they can be equally skilled with both at the highest level in either keeping it completely straight or like snap snap, then I would have to go with the snap snap. That one is more powerful, more effective, more efficient, and safer for your leg when you're fighting or making contact. Not when training. When training, if you keep it straight, it's safer because you're not snapping your knee. So that said, when you're fighting, in my opinion, you should aim for snapping. When you're training it, if you're doing like ridiculously like 1,000 of them or something like that, which I tend to do sometimes, if you're snapping your knee 1,000 times in one day, you're gonna fucking have knee problems pretty soon. So that's it. If you're doing it 1,000 times out of exercise, then that's fine to do it more straight, in my opinion. Okay, now that doesn't apply to everybody. Some people can't snap. Some people have to do it straight. Then it doesn't apply. But what I'm getting at is, and I'll show you guys all the examples now, and I'll show you guys how to do both effectively with power. I'll show you guys the secret of doing it with power. Something that I even see that Sky Cow Keanu Reeves, you're not yet doing either. It's a very important part of the kick, and it's probably the last part that I teach people of this kick. Okay, that said, there's many different ways of doing this kick. For example, you can do a mix of both. Okay, some people start it as a spinning heel kick, and then they end it as a wheel kick, or they started as a wheel kick and then they ended as a hook kick. Okay, now I dare to say that I have like 30 different ways of throwing a spinning kick. I'm gonna do a video on that too. Like, there is not just one way of doing shit, guys. A real specialist in anything has many different ways of doing one fucking thing. I dare to say that every kick, every taekwondo kick, every type of kick, I know how to do like 10 or 20 versions of each kick. That means 10, 20 versions of the roundhouse kick, 10, 20 versions of the axe kick, all of them. There's many different ways of doing all of them, but the wheel kick, the spinning kick in particular, that's my real specialty. That's my favorite kick. So that one, I have tons of ways of pulling that kick off. That's why when I throw it at people's heads, usually it corrects. Usually it does whatever I want. If I want him knocked out, he's knocked out. If I want him half dead, he's half dead or completely dead. If I want him only dazed or only tabbing him, then, or not touching him at all, I can do that. I have that much control with that kick. It's to the point that if I'm in a fight and I throw that kick, time slows down significantly. I mean, your adrenaline will make time slow down anyways in a fight. Most bouncers will tell you this. Most fighters will tell you this. Like if you would ask Floyd Mayweather how he sees the fight when he's in it, I'll bet you it's in slow motion. Watch him in slow motion and you will see that he's living in slow motion. That said, I have that with every kick, but with the wheel kick, the spin kick in particular, when I start spinning like that, especially with my adrenaline high, everything slows down. I can even change the kick. If I'm throwing the kick halfway and I see the guy's blocking or moving, I can change it into a kick to the body. That's how much it slows down. Like I can change it 2-3 times while I'm executing it sometimes. That said, let's get into this. You let me know where the best angle is.
Yeah, I think this one.
Yeah, you need to come closer though. I need to be. You need to catch my entire legs. You need to catch like from here and up, and you need to catch here, like the movement of the knee basically, and the movement of the hip. So and they need to be able to hear me. So, ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get
Come a
some.
little closer. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a little closer, and point it a little bit from down to up if you can. Yeah, there you go. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, the thing for both kicks, I'm gonna skip it to when you connect. Then I'll go and break down both, okay? Because it's the same with both kicks, right? I'm just gonna lift my leg up here and pretend I already spun it through the kick, okay? Whether it's a hook kick or just straight up wheel kick. Once you connect, and you might wanna come closer, baby. Look at my hip. This is what many people do wrong, okay? Once the heel hits, this is how you get power. Your arm goes this way. Right at the moment you make impact, so not before, not much later. At the moment you make impact, you gotta time it right. You move your arm in this direction and your hips, they push that way. Okay? Almost like a humping movement. Okay? Sounds funny and all that, but this is true. It's like a humping movement. Like you wanna hump that way. Think of it like that. So you're here, you go this way, regardless if it's straight, if it's a hook or a wheel, you bring your arm out like this, as far as you can. Make sure you're looking, whether straight or here, doesn't matter. Once you connect, you want to do this movement. Whether it's hooking or whether it's straight, it doesn't matter. That's the most important part of power. Now, if I really want to go for the kill, when I spin kick someone, I just do that. I throw my entire body towards the face, and I charge, and then I just go, bah! And that's the part. If you don't do that, if you just go like this and bring your leg down, or just wheel kick like this and keep your hips in place, it's I would dare to say less than 50% power than if you put your hip into it. So basically, instead of doing, I'm gonna do slow motion, instead of doing this, dropping it here, as soon as you connect, you really like do this and yell whatever you need to do to get more power. So basically, that's the secret. That's the thing that most people don't do. The very, very, very last part of the kick. And it's very, very important. Now, why do I say that the wheel kick is more I wouldn't pull off too much in a real fight? This is why. Come here. If the other guy blocks, or his head is really hard, or you hit a hard part of his body, and you're just kicking like this, straight, with your leg straight like a bat, okay? Your knee doesn't bend that way. It's very likely that you'll get a knee injury, or that your knee will pop the opposite way. So instead of this, you'll get the opposite. Your leg will do this. It'll go the other way. I've seen that happen many times. When like someone goes for an intense wheel kick, and the other person just blocks, or goes forward with the block. I've seen that a lot here in Holland, because a lot of these Dutch kickboxers, they don't know how to wheel kick. They stand here, they take a step forward like that, letting you know they're doing it, and then they kick exactly like that with their legs straight. So if you go into it and you block it, a lot of times they get knee injuries. So that's why when I throw my wheel kicks, and keep in mind, guys, I've knocked many people out with this. In sparring, in taekwondo tournaments, in real fights, many times. I even went to jail for it. I mean, many, many times. So, look, guys. The hook kick. The spinning hook kick. So, you can do this one, starting it like a wheel kick, and then hooking, or you can start it like a hook kick and then hook kick again, okay? That's completely up to you guys. The point of this, it doesn't matter how you start or how you get there. The point of this is once you connect here, right? I'm gonna do it with the jacket so you guys see the difference. You need to come closer. Or maybe catch the angle from over there. No, never mind, right here is good. Yeah, right there. Make sure that they see the knee and the jacket good and where it goes. So, when you guys connect here, this is what you guys wanna do. You guys wanna, when you're connecting and you're putting that hip into it, you also at the same time wanna do this. Don't confuse that with this. This is what a lot of guys do wrong, and then they lack a lot of power, because at the moment they connect, they take their knee this way. So look at my heel. The power isn't staying here. It's staying here. It's not going through. So they're doing this. Boom, and the knee that way. No. Kind of like when you go to the gym and you do this exercise, where you're going like that. That's the kind of movement you want. This stays in place, this moves. So when you get here, this stays in place at that moment, this moves. At the same time, you're just simply doing this with the hips. Now look where it went. Okay, now, I'm gonna do the same thing. Keeping my legs straight. Okay, completely straight. And I'm gonna also do that. Pretty much almost the same thing, right? The only difference is, like this, like I just did straight, I may injure my knee. If I snap, I probably won't. Why? Because once you connect, you're doing this movement, so it's not allowing for your knee to snap the other way. You're forcefully moving it that way instead of keeping it relaxed and letting whatever and leaving your knee to face. The other guy blocks, you're screwed. So basically, in my opinion, guys, if you guys are doing this for a real fight, it doesn't matter how you started. You can start it like a wheel kick and then snap it. Or you can start it like a spinning hook kick and then snap it again. How can I miss there? We'll do it again. Now look at you guys. Here. Here. Okay? So, but what you guys don't want to do, if you value your knees and you value your martial arts training career, you don't want to end up injured or having knee surgeries, don't ever kick. Doesn't matter if it's here, hook kick, spinning hook kick, doesn't matter if it's straight. Once you connect, don't ever just keep your legs straight when you're really connecting. Like I said before, it's fine for training. When I train, if I'm doing 1,000 kicks, I may put like ankle weights on my legs, and I'll kick 1,000 times, and I'll keep my leg completely straight. Okay, keep it there. Watch, guys. Okay, I'll keep it completely straight. Woof. Same thing with left. Woof, completely straight. So I'm working out all of these muscles, but I've made it a habit that when I'm actually connecting, it's time, or straight and then snap, but never here and straight, or here and keeping it straight. That is a recipe for fucking up your knees, guys. Okay, so that said, there's many different ways, like I just said, of doing the spin kick. I'll give an example, and I'll do another video on that eventually, but look, I'll give some examples. Spinning axe kick, okay, all the way up and down. Now, same thing, but instead of coming from here, now I'm coming like this, and then I'll go like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like that. Watch. That was here. Again, no, a little less. No, a little less. So now I'm here. Now completely straight here. Now, from down to up. Some people don't have flexibility. They tend to kick like this. So that's here. Some people kick like that. I really don't have flexibility. So there's many ways to do it. I've seen people land the wheel kick, and I'll catch you guys nod. Come here. Right there. one of my best friends in Mexico, if not my best friend, Hugo is his name. Hugo Lara, come here, come closer. So in a tournament, he was sparring a guy, fighting a guy. He said it's your taekwondo tournament, okay? He pulled off a technique that I've copied a few times, but he did it because he doesn't have flexibility. So, he didn't have flexibility, he didn't have enough flexibility. The guy was taller, still taller than him. He jumped, spun, his legs stayed like this the entire time. He caught him like that. Like really, like, just like that. Like he jumped up and he went, boof! You know, I still extended my knee out of habit. He really kept his leg bending. Like that. Caught the guy right in the face. Knocked out. But that's my point. You don't need to have an excuse about if you're flexible or not, or if you can do these things or not physically. If you really want to be able to do it, you train. Even if you lack the flexibility or the genetics, you just adapt. I'm gonna do another video and how we kick in Mexico. But Taekwondo people in Mexico, they don't kick like Koreans. We don't kick like Koreans or karate people where we go around or where we go here. Mexicans, Taekwondo, a lot of Mexican martial artists, they have a trick. They have like a cheat technique to make their kicks faster, even if they're not fast. There's like a shortcut. They basically use a shortcut, Mexicans. I learned this in Mexico and I've applied it myself a lot after learning it. Because first I learned how to kick from Koreans, from my Korean master, Master Jin Ki Lim, JK Taekwondo. If you live in California or Los Angeles, make sure you go check them out if you want to go train Taekwondo. That said, I trained with them, and then when I started training Taekwondo in Mexico, I noticed the difference. They cheat a lot, but it's very useful. It can be very useful. So I'll do a video on that probably tomorrow or the day after. So that said, I'm gonna go back to my stretching, guys. And I don't want to. Okay, any questions, let me know in the comments below. And if you can, please like, share, subscribe. Please, if you guys can, invite other people you know to subscribe to my channel. We need like 30 more people to reach 1,000. So if you guys can help us out with that, that would be great. So the next video, guys. Catch you later.